Hello and welcome. This is the Noted Podcast. We are here to give you the Christmas cheer in December.
Ting, ting, ting.
Tong. Um, and this week's
It's
episode is
beginning
going to
to
be
look a lot
rewarding.
like Christmas.
What?
Sorry, I started to sing the jingle song. It's
Oh,
beginning to look.
look a lot like Christmas. This week we are recording LoveHard.
Yeah,
That
mother.
is what we're gonna be
Sorry.
talking about today. It is a romantic comedy Christmas movie
Yeah.
starring Nina Dobrev and Jimmy
Dubrov.
O. Yang. Dubrov. Dobrev?
Dubrov. Dubrov.
Dubrov. And a couple other people, but those are the main two actor and actress.
Yes, the co-stars.
Yes. So please sit back, listen, watch. Sorry, sit back, watch, listen,
Dude,
digest.
that's two in a row where you got it mixed up.
Yeah. Um, and this has been. Oh, I'm Daniel. That's
Oh,
Eric.
this is me. I'm Eric.
Yeah. Hello. Goodbye. Listen.
Howdy.
Goodbye. No.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
What?
There's a snake in his boot.
So this movie starts off just real quick. The beginning scene starts off with Natalie, our main one of our main two characters. Natalie is a columnist for a online
Disaster dating fiasco blog.
Thank you.
Yep, I got you, dude.
And she writes about all of her terrible dates because
Yeah.
she lives in LA and tries to find love over dating apps. So it goes bad a lot.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
And so she writes about all of her terrible dates, and then her friend recommends that she widen her range, and so she expands the dating app range to the whole country.
Yeah,
and
all
that's when
of America.
Yes, and that's when she matches with Josh. Now, as you might be hearing, because we said Josh Jimmy O Yang is Josh, he looks a little different than the Josh you see in this.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And so she starts talking to him. They never like FaceTime or anything, but they call all the time. They text all the time.
Yeah, you can tell that some people are falling in love long distance wise.
Oh yeah, they're smitten with each other.
Oh,
they
100%.
fall asleep on the phone.
Oh, it's so fucking creepy, dude. When that happened, I was just like, dude, Josh is he's gonna kill her.
Dude, if they
so
lived in the
creepy.
same time zone, that would be one thing, because it's like, oh, he just probably fell asleep too. But no, like, he was up 3 hours probably way before she was.
Yeah, no, it's like that scene specifically made me just say like, this man's kind of creepy. Like,
Yeah.
that's terrifying.
But so it cuts to her getting in an argument with her boss about how she's finally found love and she's gonna write about that. And he's like, no, that's lame. And she's like, well, I'm gonna fly to New York and I'm gonna surprise him for Christmas and it's gonna be amazing and I'm gonna write about it. It's gonna be the best story ever. And he's like, wait a minute. So yeah, you've never met him and you're gonna fly to New York to surprise him for Christmas, a stranger.
He then totally backs it. Yeah.
Do it. This will be your best work ever.
Yep. At one point, he's like, your tears are my views.
Yep. So she flies out there to surprise Joshy old boy, and she goes to the Lynn household.
Gets surprised by the mother. Meets the whole family before actually meeting Josh.
And they're all shocked that
she's
like,
that beautiful.
Yep. And then Josh walks in. We get like a slow-mo with
from the shoes all the way to the face.
Record scratch. And then it's not the Josh she thought she was meeting.
Yeah.
She has like a panic attack, runs outside, yells at him, threatens to beat him with a baby Jesus.
Yeah, not the baby Jesus.
Yeah, for catfishing her. She then goes to a bar and runs into the real Josh, or not the real Josh, but the guy. Tag.
Yeah, the face that Josh was using.
Yes, and then she calls her friend, comes up with a plan to win him over, and steals some random person's shots, but they have kiwi in it, and she's allergic to
Oh
kiwi.
no.
So she blows up like a fucking Cabbage Patch Kid.
Dude, I can't lie to you. I skipped some of that part.
It's hard to
It
watch.
is secondhand embarrassment alone in that scene was off the charts, and I could not handle it.
I had to pause it the first time I watched it and like walk away. And this is coming from an Office fan. I
Yeah,
thrive off of secondhand embarrassment.
yeah. I can only take so much of it, and
it was a bit rough.
it
And
hurts. It
then
hurts. It's really funny though.
oh, it's so funny because
Like when
at
she
first
turns
it's working.
around.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, at first when she's turning around, like before she turns around, Tag is all in. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm interested.
she's singing like his favorite song because like
Yeah.
Josh knows everything about Tag.
Which, by the way, what type of name is Tag?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Do you got like a twin brother named Price? Like, that's so funny.
That was a good one. I'm
Thanks,
not gonna
thanks,
lie,
thanks.
that was a good one. You fucking got a twin brother named Price. Hey, bitch.
Price is a better name than Tag. At least,
I don't know about that one.
that's like kind of like seems sort of real, you know?
Nah, dude.
Um,
Tags. It's the future.
yeah, pitch me.
It's the
So you
future.
can't.
It's the future.
And so she goes outside and shoves her face in the snow because she sees her own reflection and freaks out. And Josh shows up to save her. She passes out. Josh takes her to a vet clinic. This is when the whole premise of the movie comes from. He pitches her an idea. He's like, look, did you see how my parents split up when they saw you as my girlfriend? I just need you to fake it for Christmas. She's like, why the fuck would I do that? It's like, because if you do that, then I will get you with Tag. I know him inside out. I pretended to be him.
Yeah.
I got you. You get Tag, you help me, and then we break up at the end, and no one's the wiser.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
Foolproof.
And yeah,
Nothing could go wrong.
nothing at all. It's not like Tag knows his family, and it's a small town, and they know each other very well, and they were
It's
childhood friends.
not like Josh introduced Tag and Natalie, said that they were cousins, and that she loves to rock climb and also loves the same author as him. Nah.
Nothing can go wrong.
Nah, nothing could go wrong.
Yeah,
Nothing.
so eventually when she does get introduced to Tag, he's feeding her information the whole time, which is funny because every time he tells her something about Tag, she's like, gross. Like, he tells her the favorite book he had of his. He's like, oh, that's a sexist author. Why don't I want that? He's like, well, it's his favorite book. Like it.
Sorry.
I
hit my knee. I hit my knee on my desk.
Wow.
My
Wow.
bad.
I was gonna make a knee pun, but I couldn't think of one.
How dare you?
Howdy. God, okay.
Just
Um,
you're digging a hole.
So he brings her back to the house, and they come up with a plan. The grandma is one of my favorite characters in this movie. She's like a horny little grandma. She gives Natalie a shirt that says ho ho ho, and it's like a pinup girl in a Santa costume. That is when they go to the rock climbing place, and they set up time to go rock climbing with those two, like Josh, him, and a couple other people.
Pretty much like the rest of this movie, awkward encounters with Tag. Like what we just explained happens like a couple of times. And I didn't really like this portion of the movie. Like the fact that she wanted to get with him. It just felt like too emotionally like they were trying to be too funny, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I guess I'm saying I feel like I've watched this movie before because it's a Christmas rom-com.
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean it's not very.
It hit good points.
It's like an updated 2021 rom-com with catfishing.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like we practically watched this movie with Ryan Reynolds. Like
it's better though. No, we didn't. No, it's very different than that because Ryan Reynolds goes home for his childhood sweetheart and tries to win her over with win his childhood sweetheart over. This is a stranger meeting a stranger type of thing.
You're
I
not
think they're
wrong.
a bit different.
They're very different, but it's just it's a Christmas rom com of someone trying to find love and
Yeah,
them doing goofy things and everything going horribly wrong. That's what I'm saying. Is that
yeah.
yes, it is very different and the story is different, but it still hits the same
No,
comedic
it's
strides of haha, this is funny. It's
you
still
do
good.
something,
It's still
everything goes
funny.
wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's just one of those like everything backfires and
it's
lessons are
not
learned. Yeah.
it's not reinventing the wheel.
No, not by any means. I do like how creative this movie though is with like I wasn't expecting how many um like music references and like movie references there was in this movie. Like the fact that practically the whole reason why this movie is called Love Hard is
Yep,
because
because Love
she
Actually and Die Hard.
yeah, cuz exactly. And it's a good one. It's cool. I
Yeah,
like
do you
it.
want to explain that conversation between the two of them? Because when we get to the end, it will make more sense.
So Josh asks Natalie what her favorite movie is and what her favorite Christmas movie is, and she answers Die Hard. And he's like, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And she's like, yes, it is, for these reasons. She is a fan of this, and he is a fan of that. And he likes, what is that movie called again? Excuse me.
Love Actually.
Love Actually is all about like him, like the main character, like trying to find love and like being honest and like truthful or whatever. I haven't seen that movie.
I
Um,
haven't either, but I've everyone kind of knows the ending scene where the dude sits out with the big
yeah,
cardboard cards and drops it, and like Josh's whole family loves that movie and watches it every year.
yeah, and she
And
thinks that it's just kind of like stupid and like cheesy.
yeah, um, and at the end of the movie, we'll get there in a bit. I don't want to spoil that, but so pretty much they go rock climbing. Tag likes her, and we see the chemistry between Josh and Natalie. Despite the fact that she doesn't want to admit it, we see that chemistry because
Oh yeah.
Josh ends up in an emotional outburst in the beginning of the movie. I think it is in the beginning. He was like, "You, it was still me. You fell. Oh no, it was at the end of the movie. He's like, you fell in love with me. It's me. You fell in love with me, not him. You're changed because
Oh yeah,
eventually
that
she ends up
was right before she went on a date with him.
the final date. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, because they go on several
Where
dates.
they
They end
went
up
to
going,
a steakhouse. They went to a steakhouse, and she's
and she's a
vegetarian.
vegetarian.
Yeah,
Because she ends up changing herself and
yeah.
like manipulating herself and pretty much catfishing Tag in real life.
Yeah.
Like they go bobsledding the second date that Tag and her go on. Natalie's like freaking out and finds a joint that one of Josh's buddies gave her in the
Yeah.
Uber,
His name's
and she
Eric.
smokes it and then just is like totally chill with everything that's going on.
Yeah, she's in the bobsled and she's like, "Yeah, high as a kite." Ha ha
Hmm.
ha ha.
And then we can't get too far without talking about Owen,
Owen.
the brother.
Oh no, fuck that dude. He's so goddamn annoying.
He
I
is,
don't care. Even like towards the end of it, when he kind of like softens up and becomes sweet, like
and
I still
stands up
fucking
for
hate him.
Josh.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still annoying as shit because he
he's
still
a
did it for the same purposes of what he did it for. Like, yeah, he was standing up for his brother, but he was also standing up for his brother to be in the
to
center of attention.
exactly. He's still a dick. He's still an attention hog, but you see a little bit that's like he cares about his brother just a
Yeah,
little.
yeah, which makes it better that he stood up for him. But like,
Yeah, because he's not even mad at Josh in the end for
no,
tricking everyone. He's
no,
mad at Natalie.
yeah, but no,
Um,
he's so goddamn annoying.
yeah. So Owen and his wife come home for the holidays, and he's an attention whore, and he calls Natalie the wrong name, and so she calls him the wrong name, and he's like, he looks at his wife. She knows it's Owen, right? She
Yeah,
knows it's like Natalie gets underneath Owen's skin in literally every like instance possible, which
yeah,
I love. And like his whole shtick is like he's constantly stealing the spotlight from Josh and making fun of Josh.
Yeah.
And they go Christmas caroling. One song that Natalie hates is
Baby, it's cold outside.
yeah, Baby, It's Cold Outside. And so to steal the spotlight away from Owen, Josh says, we're going to do it because she gives him advice. Next time he tries to take the spotlight from you, take it back.
Yeah.
And so he takes the spotlight away from Owen, and they both start singing it, but she's like reluctant. He's like, don't worry. You just sing your side, and I'll ad-lib.
Yeah, I'll make it consensual. That's what he says.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He changes the song from a creepy, rapey song into a more consensual song.
Yeah. Like, take the hint. I don't want you to stay. Just because it's cold, get out. I don't care.
Yep.
I'll buy the Uber. I'll look for the lift. No one's asking you to stay. Take a hint.
It's getting bad out there. Then you should get ahead of it. Leave.
Yeah.
And
it pretty much just flipped the roles and made the girl sound creepy.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
So then they end up seeing that together, and then to steal the spotlight back, Owen announces that his wife's pregnant. And everyone's freaking out.
Oh my god!
So
Josh is like, haha, Uno reverse card, bitch.
Yep, and he proposes to Natalie.
Spot. Yep.
Who he's supposed to be breaking up with.
The brother's like, he doesn't have a ring. It doesn't count.
And the grandma takes the ring off.
Oh, here you go, sweetie.
And gives it to Natalie.
And she's just like, what the fuck? No.
Yep, and then they end up getting, she accepts. They talk about it in his basement, like where he lives, in the basement. And she's like, why? How? Yeah. He's like, well, don't worry, no one will know, and then we'll just break it off at the end like we planned on it. And I just tried to steal the spotlight back, and that's all.
Yeah, I did exactly what you said.
Yep. And so right before Christmas, it's like Christmas Eve. They're getting stuff ready. Oh, and we figure out also, Josh's mom put an op-ed in the paper, so they steal the newspapers together. We get another bonding moment. And then they also they talk about, like, she asks him to show her his old profile because we hear him and she's like, so why'd you do this? It's like, well, no one like goes out to catfish. I wasn't getting any likes, and one of them was with my old teacher I was afraid I'd kill.
So creepy.
And yeah, and he's like, so I decided, what if I put a prettier face on there? And I immediately got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of likes.
Yeah, he said in like 8 months. In 8 months with his profile, he only got like 3 matches, and then he said within 5 minutes he got like 80 something.
Yeah. And so he just made slight tweaks, and it just got out of hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, and when I was talking to you, I didn't mean for it to go anywhere, and then you showed up. And she's like, don't blame me.
Yeah.
And so the final date with Tag at his parents' steakhouse, because it's his family steakhouse.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah, and Owen sees Natalie leaving, and he's like, hey, I gotta run to the store. I'll be back, and get suspicious and starts like scoping it out. And before she leaves, they get in that big fight like we talked about earlier, where he's like, you don't even like him. You're changing everything for him.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be
gonna
doing this.
go you don't meat.
Yeah, and she's like, you don't get to tell me about changing myself. Like, you don't get to lecture me on that. And in the movie, we learned that Jimmy likes to make candles, and he started doing it to feel closer to his grandpa after his grandpa died, because he wanted to recreate his grandpa's scent. And he's making candles for men, because he's like trying to tap into a market that's untapped, and he recreated his grandfather's scent. And so they get in a big fight. She goes off to the date, and they end up talking. She eats meat and is disgusted, and they have a good time though in the end. While they're driving back, Tag says he doesn't like Christmas. He stopped celebrating it, and
yeah, it's just a scam.
She's like, why? Like, I like Christmas though. And another, like, literally, Jimmy and her are a little different, but they have a lot of similarities. Tag and her have, not Jimmy, sorry, Josh.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at the cast, and
Yeah, no,
Josh's
I
real
got
name
you.
is
I
Jimmy.
got you. Yeah.
Um, but Tag and her have like
Nothing
no
alike. Yeah.
similarities, to the point where it's like not just no similarities, but the things that he likes and does are opposite of her.
This was her happy ending.
Yep, and so Owen sees her out with Tag and realizes something's up. And so the next morning, her and Josh go out to help the grandma at the retirement facility, giving dating advice
Yeah.
on like dating apps, and end up giving pretty much talking to each other out loud about like what happened. And you change one thing just because you want people to like you, and you change another, and before it's not even you, and you shouldn't be doing that because they're all like wanting
It's
to
the
hide
whole
that they have like,
it's the whole boat situation that we've talked about before from The Good
oh
Place.
yeah. The grandma ends up leading them back to a place. She like runs off and they go after her and they get surprised for a surprise um engagement party
Yeah.
at Tag's restaurant.
Yeah. And then
And
it's just awkward encounters for like 10 minutes. It's just
it's a
so
shit
many
show.
people running into each other and so many things falling apart. Her
Yep.
boss at one point shows up and she's just like, What the fuck are you doing here?" And he's just like, "Oh, I know how to stalk people on the internet." Tag introduces Natalie to his parents and Josh's dad, like going to the loft and is like, "I'm gonna give this speech, and here's this speech. I'm so proud of my son." And then,
Natalie jumps in.
exactly. And then she gets up there and she talks about everything that has transpired over. Yeah, I don't even know how many days she's been there, but she pretty much comes clean about everything, and admits her faults.
Then Tag gives her a hard time for her being catfished and then she catfishing him.
Yeah.
And this is when Owen does the one redeemable thing
Yeah,
throughout
well,
the
yeah,
whole movie.
yeah. He stands up for Josh.
And he's like, everyone, stop staring at Josh. Leave,
Yeah.
go. Stop staring at my brother. And kicks everyone out. And then she goes back to the hotel bar, and her boss, the one time her boss isn't a total dickweed to her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was so funny.
And so she goes to the room and starts writing this piece about everything that happened and realizes that the person that she was in love with the whole time was Josh.
Bum bum bum.
It wasn't who she thought he was. She still fell in love with him and he still has all those qualities.
It was in front of me all along.
She gets a notification for checking that app and she goes through the app and sees Josh's new profile with him, and it's good photos of him, not axe murderer photos.
Yeah.
And he took all the advice that she recommended. His smile, showing his eyes.
Yeah.
And then she goes back to the house where they're at, knocks on the door, and Love Actually's him.
Rewind. Before she goes to the airport, she breaks into their house to get all of her things, and she leaves his candles upstairs on
Yes.
the table, and you
Yes.
have like the full family, like his mom, yeah, his mom, his sister-in-law, his brother, and then his dad, like all be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." But when his dad walks up to him, he's the last one. He starts to kind of be like, "Oh, well, things just kind of happen," but then he like stops, and then he just apologizes, like, I'm sorry for what happened, and then he smells a candle, and the candle smells like his father, the grandpa, and then him and his son Josh, they have a moment of bonding, and like, "Oh, I don't want to work at the store anymore." "Well, you don't have to work at the store anymore. I love you, son." "Oh, this could be a business." "Ah, this is a great business." And it's wholesome. And
It is
then
wholesome.
we get to see her go through everything that Daniel said, like writing the paper and
Yep.
coming up with everything towards the very end. And then, "Oh no, I love Josh," kind of thing.
And then she loves Josh, goes back and Love Actually's him, which
Yeah.
is like what she thinks is so like
And then he
pet, like
yippee-ki-yay
gross.
hers.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sweet.
And then they kiss, and that's the end of the movie.
"Kiss her, you idiot."
Yeah.
his grandma.
I I like this movie. I think it's funny. It is a little cringe humor, but I enjoy cringe humor,
Yeah.
and I think it's a cool take on a more modern take of like romantic comedy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
It's a classic like rom-com Christmas movie. I also don't watch rom-coms, but this one was it was good.
It was, and it's like I like it because it has a lot of the similar beats, almost exactly the similar beats. Like I could describe to you every Hallmark movie before I watch it
Oh, it hits
because
all
I've
of them.
and it hits all the same wrong Hallmark movie beats, but it does it in a unique, creative way that doesn't feel overdone.
Yeah.
It feels, even though it's not really that original, it feels original, and it's witty with its humor. Plus, I love Jimmy O Yang,
Oh, yeah.
um, the actor.
Yeah, the main male.
Yeah, I enjoy him in a lot of his stuff he does, and I think he's hilarious. So the moment I saw him, I'm like, I'm sold. I'm in. I'm in.
I'm
I'm
sold.
watching this.
Yeah. I liked it. I'm not a fan of Christmas movies in general. I think really the
Hmm.
only Christmas movies that I do like are Home Alone. Other than that,
Which are phenomenal movies.
yeah. Other than that, I'm not that big of just in general a Christmas. I'm a humbug, you guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm the person who says, "Oh, Christmas, cool." I don't care. I'm one of those people. I am tag. It's a scam, you guys. No, I don't think of it like that. I just I don't. I just find Christmas very tropey, and it's just cliche and mushy and ugh. That's how I feel about Christmas. Which is why when you recommended this movie, Daniel,
Hmm.
when I
Hmm.
when I watched the trailer for it, I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, fuck, dude, this sucks ass. I was so pissed. I was like, no, a Christmas rom com.
But
But
did you enjoy it though?
yeah, it had its moments. It was funny. It didn't like you were saying, like it's nothing like I feel like I've seen it before, but it's just more modern, and that's what was nice about it is that it was really relatable. And yeah,
Exactly.
I liked that about it. But I hate Christmas. Like, oh dude, the fact that you picked a Christmas rom-com as a
I
movie
love
during Christmas time is just
it's me.
it's disgusting, Daniel. How
I
how
love
how?
I love Christmas.
I
I
know you
love
do. No, I know
romance,
you
and I
do.
love comedies.
Yeah.
This is me.
I just don't like Christmas.
I was working on a new video that you guys will be able to see at the end of the year, and I've come up with some categories for our movies.
Mm.
So, National Treasure, obviously top tier.
Mm.
Top tier, top tier, top tier. Phenomenal, good. Like it's not a national treasure, but it's phenomenal.
I like it.
Great. So it's a great movie. It is not just enjoyable, but it has really good qualities. Fun, enjoyable movie. So it's an enjoyable movie. It's not necessarily
It's
like
a it's a fun
recreating the wheel.
it's a fun
Yeah, it's fun.
watch. It's a fun
It's a
watch.
fun watch. Forgettable, and I hated it. Those are like the tiers.
Yeah.
So where would you throw this movie?
Forgettable.
Really?
Yeah. I'll never watch this movie again.
Ugh. I understand.
I just have no reason.
You just don't like Christmas movies, so I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I would put this in an enjoyable, fun watch. I think it's a fun watch. Is it something that I think is like amazing? No.
Yeah.
But would I say it's great? No. But would I say it's a really enjoyable movie that I would show to a lot of people, especially if you like Christmas movies?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll agree with that sentiment, but like first viewing, it is a fun watch. I'm
Yeah.
also going off of just like replayability, like long term,
Hmm.
like is there longevity behind this movie? I don't think so.
I
I
would.
would say long term it's very forgettable,
Mhm.
but if you were to be like, "Hey, This is a Netflix original, and it's in the season. I'm about it.
Okay.
If you're like that. If you're like that. I'm not like that. But I like it.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, people, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic night. Thank you for listening. This has been Noted. Please subscribe. Please like, hit that notification bell, share it to your friends, follow on Spotify. Good night.
Woo-hoo.